Alec Riley was an unassuming country copper and never would have imagined his life being told like this.
A black tracker tells his story. Sunday Herald. When I was 8 years of age, they started to teach me how to track.
Simply titled Tracker, the piece from the Australian Dance Theatre also incorporates acting and live music into the performance.
This is kind of the biggest work that I've made in scale, in a way, but emotionally and professionally. This is a work that means that everything, actually.
Joining New South Wales Police in Dubbo in 1911, Alec Riley quickly became known as Tracker Riley. He interpreted footsteps along with animal prints and behaviour to find missing people and those on the run.
All because he felt a great responsibility for his country, and he felt a great responsibility for the people who were on his land. And so I think there's something incredibly, humble and kind of open-hearted about that.
Alec became the first Aboriginal officer promoted to sergeant and the first awarded the King's Police Medal for Distinguished Service, which was bestowed by the state's last ever British governor.
He was a black man who wore a white colonially implemented uniform in service of a crown that was using him for his cultural knowledge. What I would love audiences to have a greater sense of is the incredible man that Uncle Alec is. The cultural resilience that he showed, but that we continue to show.
For artistic director Wiradjuri man Daniel Riley, the work about his great-great-uncle Alec has been 5 years in the making.
This is a big one for me. Like, this is one that takes me that little bit closer to home. You know, it's bringing the community and my kinship system to me directly.
Tracker Riley's grandchildren have worked as consultants on the production, adding to the newspaper and police reports that chronicle his career.
When something's written, you can't really give a person's personality, so I think it's just to give his personality and his character as a man, not as a tracker. It's about education again, getting that history out, because there's still, as you know, heaps of racism out there, and hopefully down the track there, very little racism. Hopefully a bit more understanding of Aboriginal people.
Red dog, 2 horses, 3 missing men and a set of teeth.
Just as Alec Riley straddled 2 worlds, white and black, so does the piece's main character, Archie, named after one of Daniel's kids.
What I've really wrestled with and what I've enjoyed wrestling with is this idea of how do these stories still connect, or how do they relate to our experience as First Peoples now.
He was here long ago. Plenty of tracks around the fire, still fresh.
Tracker premiered in Sydney earlier this week, but arguably its biggest test will come this Saturday afternoon, in the second to last show of its festival run.
I've got probably 50 to 60 direct descendants of Uncle Alec coming to see the show here. That for me is everything. That's the reason I made the work, is to empower, is to celebrate and to bring the community together. Using our cultural storytelling tools to highlight him and bring him to life, I think will be an incredibly emotional day, actually.
How are you feeling ahead of Saturday?
I'm flip-flopping. I'm incredibly excited, but also I'm incredibly terrified, because I'm putting our family history and our one of our cultural elders on stage, in front of them.